For my final, I will be telling the story of my first time going to Hawaii, boarding a cruise ship, and the events that occurred during our time on vacation as a family. This trip to Hawaii was one of the most exciting experiences in my childhood and one that I would love to share with my class and many more throughout my lifetime. Taking this trip, I would strongly encourage everyone that I know to put this on their bucket list and fulfill it. I hope this PowerPoint and my experiences on the vacation encourage you and your family to one day take a trip to Hawaii. Around 2007, my family and I took a trip to Hawaii around the time I was 10 years old and in the 4th grade. The family who I went with was my mom, dad, older sister, my 2 younger twin brothers, and my grandparents. We had been planning and saving up for this vacation to Hawaii for many years and finally had gotten the chance to turn it into reality. The ride to the airport with my entire family was something I will never forget. It was my first time ever flying internationally on a major airline. Once we entered the airport, I remember being in awe of how many people were running around in suits and always in a hurry. Once we boarded the plane, me and my sister Emily sat beside one another with pure excitement as we were about to take off. We flew over the entire United States and saw the mountains and many other beautiful places while on our way to Honolulu. The flight took us about 9 hours, which is a long time on a plane if you've never done it before. Once we exited the plane, my sister and I noticed that our iPods had gone missing. We ended up never finding them because they had been stolen from her bag up under the seat on the plane ride there. The first night in Honolulu, we stayed in a cheap hotel where all the children were kicked on the pull-out couch and on the floor. Being there a day early gave us a chance to wake up early the next morning and explore around the unfamiliar island of Honolulu. We visited the beach early that morning. We swam and snorkeled around directly off the beach to stay safe. Once we boarded the cruise ship around 3 in the afternoon, it was something that I had never experienced and was thrilled. We explored the boat for the rest of the day, figuring out where everything was and trying to find friends that were there all around our age to hang out with. Gaining your sea legs for the first time is a difficult thing to master, especially your first time on the ocean. Since Hawaii's time zone is obviously different from Georgia's by 9 hours, it was a challenge even to go to sleep during the night because at home it was daytime. The cruise ship took us to every island besides the ones that had lava leaking out of the cracks in the ground. Seeing lava flow into the ocean at night was one of the coolest experiences of my life. Once the lava had reached the water, it instantly cooled and turned into molten rock. We cruised around Hawaii for 7 days. In Hawaii, the islands do not have ports, so you have to anchor down out off the islands and passenger boats carry you onto the island. On one island called Kauai, my family and I visited a famous beach called Poipu Beach where there are many tourists as ourselves and sea lions laying on the beach with us. The diving experience was my favorite part of the entire trip. We dove off the Hawaiian coast in the crystal clear waters off of many beautiful and famous reefs. At every reef, we dove and went down around 90 to 100 feet and went into a slow-moving current that carried us about 3 miles down the reef wall. There was an abundance of colorful reef fish and grouper about 6 foot long swimming above us. When you looked straight down, all you saw was a pitch black hole where the light doesn't reach, which was very eerie to me as a child. Around 30 minutes into the dive, a great white shark around 8 foot long swam up under us as long as the reef as we were. We all were, as anyone else would be, pretty nervous, but our dive instructor notified us that there was no apparent danger to our personal being. Once the vacation was over, we were all sad that we had to leave such a beautiful place and return back home. We flew Delta all the way back to Austin, Texas to get on a connecting flight to Atlanta. We had to wait 5 hours due to the harsh weather conditions before we were able to fly back to Atlanta. On the way back, we had about a 2-year-old baby crying the whole way home